So just about every single poll shows that the Democratic Party is going to get absolutely destroyed in the midterms. They've done absolutely nothing for the people. So here comes a whole round of meaningless legislation that no one has ever any intention of really passing, that are going to come through. The Democrats need some things to point to show that they are worth voting for, right? Cut to House votes to cap cost of insulin at $35. The bill heads to the Senate. Experts say it only costs drug companies $10 to manufacture. House votes to cap cost of insulin at $35. Experts say it only costs drug companies $10, but some pay hundreds of dollars even with insurance. If you don't know who this guy is, God bless you, but this is probably going to be Nancy Pelosi's replacement whenever she dies or retires or blasts off into space or crawls back into her reptile hole, wherever she's going. Wherever her path takes her. This is Hakeem Jeffries. He's from New York. He absolutely sucks. He's horrible. He's one of these dudes who passes himself off as cool, and I like rap music, and then Biggie Smalls is cool. I'm from Brooklyn. I know how to do alliteration. Oh, God. He's... Ooh. God. Is the most cringeworthy politician, in my opinion, in the entire United States government. And there's a lot of cringeworthy politicians out there. But this is Hakeem Jeffries. The House just passed legislation that cuts the price of insulin from approximately $4,000 a year to $35 per month. Democrats deliver. Hashtag for the people. First clue that these people are disingenuous. Hacks. So the first half of this math is $4,000 a year. The second half is per month. $4,000 a year down to $4,000 to $35,000. That's a huge reduction, but it's year to month. So 35 times 12 is what? 420. So already they're trying to play a numbers game to make you feel like it's an even bigger savings than it really is. And if it's only costing $10 to manufacture right, they're charging $35 a vial still. So they're still allowing these drug companies to make $25 of profit per $10 vial. That's crazy. And what makes it even more crazy is when insulin was discovered, the patent was sold for $1. The people, they wanted it to be a life-saving thing. They didn't want it to be a economic money-making thing. The absurdly high cost of insulin explained why Americans ration a drug discovered in the 1920s. When inventor Frederick Banting discovered insulin in 1923, he refused to put his name on the patent. He felt it was unethical for a doctor to profit from a discovery that would save lives. Banting's co-inventors, James Collip and Charles Best, sold the insulin patent to the University of Toronto for a mere $1. They wanted everyone who needed their medication to be able to afford it. House votes to cap insulin cost at $35. Congress can act now. So this is another way the Democrats are being disingenuous assholes. If they wanted to help you, they would just give you Medicare for all. They would allow Medicare to negotiate for drug prices. Big Pharma basically owns Congress. So if they cared about you, they'd give you medical coverage and they would stop being slaves to Big Pharma. Congress can act now to lower drug costs by allowing Medicare to negotiate prices. Reforms to let Medicare negotiate prices cap out-of-pocket costs for prescription drugs and limit insulin cost sharing would make life-saving drugs more affordable. So reforms to let Medicare negotiate. Medicare cannot negotiate pricing for drugs. They have to pay whatever Big Pharma tells them to pay. That's ridiculous. That's not even close to capitalism. Fact check. This is from Public Citizen. Medicare for all would save the U.S. trillions. Public option would leave millions uninsured and not garner savings. Medicare for all would cover everyone, save money, and end medical debt. Hakeem Jeffries has never talked about Medicare for all. He doesn't support it. Study. Medicare for all would save 68,000 lives, $458 billion annually. Medicare for all would save the U.S. more than $450 billion annually, and the increased access to healthcare would save more than 68,000 lives compared to the current system, according to analysis published by The Lancet. So I wonder why Hakeem Jeffries never, ever, ever talks about actual solutions. but always puts in the hashtag for the people. Maybe it's because he doesn't want to solve the problem of people dying for lack of medical coverage or not being able to afford medical attention or medication. Maybe it's because, two of his top 10 overall industry contributors are insurance and health professionals. Yeah, maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe it's because he wants to be on the fast track to Speaker of the House. Is he going to ruffle the feathers of, one of the biggest lobbying operations in the country? The top 3 lobbyers, Big Pharma? No fucking way. Look at our friend Hakeem, the Democratic establishment dream. Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, Brooklyn congressman, chair of the House Democrats. Speak truth. Do the work. Change America for the people. Look at this. This is from his Instagram. I just found it funny. Him in front of like some LA palm trees. In a white tee with the blankest, weirdest, narcissistic stare. He looks like a goddamn serial killer. Just in case you were wondering if his judge of character or if, his view of history. Deeply saddened by the passing of legendary diplomat, trailblazer, and former Secretary of State, the Honorable Madeleine Albright. May she forever rest in power. Crown, crown, crown. So first off, I'm an American. I don't believe in royalty, so fuck these crowns and queens and bullshit like that. Second off, honorable. Honorable. This is why I said lots of honor in the murder of 500,000 Iraqi children. Am I right? But hey, that's worth it, isn't it? Because, that's what Madeleine Albright famously said. It was worth killing 500,000 children to put economic sanctions and pressure on Iraq. This is another thing. This is a common theme with Democrats in general right now. President Biden cut the federal deficit by more than $350 billion in his first year. The other guy exploded it. And then he just comments on his own thing, truth. Isn't that like the most Republican thing ever, to be proud of cutting deficits? Like, the government's job is to spend money, in my opinion, as a lefty, right? If you're a Democrat, like, why are you caring about a deficit? Right? Who gives a flying fuck if you're your job shouldn't be balancing the budget. Your job should be serving the needs of people. And I wrote, at least Trump sent checks. Also, you guys care about the deficit? Isn't that the Republican crowning achievement? Austerity for the poor? And then here's a little peek at some of his foreign policy. Thankful to have a president who refuses to bend the knee to Vladimir Putin. That didn't age great, because then his comment is just American flags. And I commented, imperialism masquerading as anti-Trump protection of democracy. This is Hakeem the Dream here. Here he is in Congress with a picture of Biggie. This is from his Instagram. And he comments, the king of New York will never be forgot. Like, this guy's such a fucking cornball, dude. If you don't believe me, this video has to settle it. If you don't think this guy is corny, he's a complete corporate stooge, a suit, a servant, and a sycophant, and does nothing but kiss the feet of the most powerful people in the land. And I guess he fancies himself a rapper because he's going to overuse alliteration to the maximum here in his nomination of Nancy Pelosi to run for Speaker of the House again. So let's listen to this moron get his 15 seconds in the sun where he feels like he's doing his best rap impersonation. He's doing some poetry in motion here, guys.
See, it's just getting started. In the 116th Congress, she will continue to fight hard for the people. Nancy Pelosi will fight to lower health care costs, strengthen the Affordable Care Act, protect people with pre-existing conditions, increase pay for everyday Americans, enact a real infrastructure plan, clean up corruption, defend the dreamers, fix the Voting Rights Act and end the era of voter suppression once and for all. Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi will fight for a country that provides for the poor, works for working families, makes sense for the middle class, stands up for senior citizens, innovates in the inner city, and strengthens suburban communities. Nancy Pelosi is a woman of faith, a loving wife, a mother of 5, a grandmother of 9, a sophisticated strategist, a legendary legislator, a voice for the voiceless, a defender of the disenfranchised, a powerful, profound, prophetic, principled public servant, and that's why we stand squarely behind her today. Let me be clear, House Democrats are down with NDP. Nancy D'Alessandro Pelosi, the once and future Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, I proudly place her name in nomination. May God bless her. May God bless the United States of America.
I'm sorry I did that to you. I'm sorry I made you listen to that guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just wanted to talk about how disingenuous these Democrats are. I just wanted to point out how they're going to not let Medicare negotiate for drug prices. They're not going to give you Medicare for all. They don't care about you. How they're going to negotiate one drug price here or there because that's what the pharmaceutical companies have agreed to in these backdoor negotiations that they do. Oh, yeah, we'll allow you to slowly increase the price on these 3 drugs, or slowly decrease the price on these 3 drugs for us. You could regulate us on these 3 drugs, but the rest of the market's still ours. It's a joke. And then you have morons like this. Hakeem, the Democratic establishment dream. Saying we're the Democratic Party down with NDP, yeah. What a clown. What a joke.
Dylan! You son of a bitch. What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils? Huh?